What's going on, my beautiful, wonderful, powerful Aries? All right, so I tapped into the energy and I wanted to do a little something for this evening. Or whenever you get this message, it may be morning, it may be afternoon. Either way. This was a really cool reading. I did the message prior to this, but my alarm went off, so like 3 minutes of it is just at the end. You can't hear anything. I think it was a little longer than 3 minutes, but it was enough for me to do it over. So don't worry, I got this. All right. Um, First off, I want to just say that I hope everybody is well and in good spirit. Um, I'm new to YouTube, so if this doesn't resonate with you, or you just, you have to go where you're feeling guided to go. Okay, but I will do my best. I think we got some really cool messages here, and I'll do my best to bring them to the forefront. Okay, so the driving energy here is the world. Okay, um, there's a completion here, all right, and we all know the world talks about endings that bring new beginnings. Okay, so with everything Aries been going through, I'm pretty sure we are blessed to see blessed and happy to see that world card. Okay, I know I am. But gracefully there has been a return to the still center, and now things can transpire into a new beginning. So the first card out is the Nine of Cups. And so what I'm getting here is this is your hopes, wishes, and dreams coming to the forefront, all right? Um, the cards to clarify it are the Page of Cups and the Seven of Swords, okay? So what I get with this energy here is that it's possible that there was a misunderstanding, okay, miscommunication, or you finally have an understanding of some deception, things that were hidden plans, things that were going on behind the scenes regarding something. Um, it could be a misunderstanding within partnerships here, okay? I do see there's a definite shift here in regards to um, partnerships and things that are in our lives, or people that are in our lives, family, work partnerships, things of that nature that no longer are serving us. We're having to make a cut. And during this clarification, it was definitely all about having a deeper, or mastering the understanding of, commitment to self and commitment to others, and having an understanding of others' ideas of commitment and how they commit to you. All right, so there was a need to understand that, and I think it was probably difficult to do. Um, Here in the outcome, we have the Seven of Cups. And for me, what this is saying is that, it could have been miscommunication, making cuts. You could have cut somebody out that's like able to come to you and actually show their commitment to you. Like, hey, I understand why you cut me out. You had to do what's best for you. Things were, pretty confusing here. These decisions were difficult to make, but I'm here to let you know, like, this could be sincerity. Like, that's not me, and this clears up everything and gives you a broader understanding here. And that could be a wish, right? That you want that form of stability to be made clear, you know, through your commitments. Like, if I cut you out because right now things are difficult to understand, and to me, my intuition is telling me it's got to go so that I can move forward here, in a more productive, manner. This new cycle is definitely going to be better for me, because I recognize here, the work that I've put in here within a lot of my partnerships. And, this is what I'm getting. It's like, I understand that this is the outcome of my hard work here within my partnerships. I'm giving sincerity only to have people stab me in the back. But anyhow, whatever your situation is, there is an overall energy that is making it clear to me. Like I said, doing the initial clarification of the Nine of Cups here, um, and this reading, the whole reading has been already clarified because, like I said, I did a prior recording, and I kind of, at the end of it, there was no sound, so I had to do it over. But I did not take any of the cards away. So basically, though, it's just basically like, there's either a misunderstanding that now is understood. You have a new understanding, right? But since this is a page energy, if it's not an apology or some form of sincere message regarding this, like, you know, then it's definitely just you having a new understanding, like something that you were unable to have before when making decisions about your partnerships, and you always end up with this guy. Someone who's not committable, something that, or someone that makes you that way. Like, I can't commit to this. I'm not going to commit to that. But what do I need to do here to bring something sincere into my life here? Anyhow, moving forward, the second card out was the Six of Wands. Okay, so clarified by the Three of Pentacles. So for me, this is definitely that learning about partnerships here, recognizing stable partnerships, how to build them from the ground up. Okay, coming to this understanding allows you to see those relationships that, were deceptive. They were not. There's an understanding here of what you don't want, because now you recognize what is a stable partnership. Okay, so right now with those two cards, the Nine of Cups and the Six of Wands, I just feel like this is you coming to an understanding about what makes you happy. You recognizing what kind of partnerships make you happy, or you're recognizing who you are in partnerships. And it's really about doing the work here needed to make you better for yourself in partnerships. I see you here walking away from emotional instability, and it's like now having the foundation needed, of self, the emotional foundation needed for partnerships, and an awareness and an understanding, a deep understanding here, because during the clarifications I had the Hierophant come up, of not just, like I said, your commitments to self and how you commit to others, but also others' way and ideas of what commitment is that you are already in partnerships with. And you're like, see, that right there, I understand is something that I don't want. So when you're making your cut, I see that you're making your cut from a more mature standpoint. It is something new here that you've learned, but overall, I just feel like it's definitely going to bring in, which is the third card, justice here. Okay, you're doing what's right for you, and you're doing what's right to right wrongs. Okay, so yeah, this way of thinking, this way of what stability and what commitment is, and what stability in a partnership is. Your understanding now is to bring, it's going to allow you to bring more fulfilling partnerships and more um, healthy relationships into your life. And it's also going to allow you to cut out the ones that no longer serve you. Which, clarifying the Justice card here, we got the Queen of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, and that's doing what's right here. You made time, though, with this Queen of Wands, and made wise decisions here based off the experience. Okay, it's not like you just cut people out like, I'm in a new space, I'm a new me, I'm gonna do it. It wasn't like about me, 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 me. It was definitely, you know a part of the understanding that you made sincere commitments, offers of commitments, or you sincerely, you accepted, excuse me, you accepted others' offers as sincere. And it's like now you've made time to understand those ones that you've made time to understand the partnerships that were not as sincere as they, you know, what you thought they were. right? Right? If this is an understanding like, they tricked me. Which I'm not getting at. I'm getting here, this is definitely um, understanding what the Seven of Swords is. There was a need to understand because things were confusing, right? And it could have been job partnerships, family partnerships, or an intimate relationship that all was being affected by a need to understand what this was. So when you made your cut, you could have made your cut, you couldn't decide which was best. But, you did it in a way where you apply wisdom based off of each individual experience. And um, you only found it important to walk away from these codependent, right? Relationships, things that are no longer emotionally serving you and just have you clinging to them or they're clinging to you. It's like either way, that's not good. It's a codependent. Either you're codependent on me or I'm codependent on you. Either way, I'm making the cut and I'm just going to do self healing. I'm just going to work on me. So then you have someone come in and say, I understand that it was about you making the best decision, and everything was difficult because, you know, your understanding of what needs to take place right now is only best for you, you know. But I apologize that you felt that way, but that's not me, right? You can have some of those coming back. Um, in which case, you do recognize what true partnerships are, what commitment is, what hard work is, what laying the foundation looks like. Like you have a better understanding. So I wouldn't fear too much about those that come back. I really feel like those that come back understands, okay? There's going to be an understanding that, hey, allows you to see because you're aware to understand. You recognize now. You have an understanding. But it's definitely like, hey, you know, I apologize. And you'll know how to determine that factor if that happens. But if not, overall, it's just it's a new understanding here um, about what it takes to have a stable commitment and partnership relationships, things of that nature here. Which brings us to the fourth card here. But the reason I said you'll know is because the energy that you're showing up as is the King of Wands. To me, this is the best king in the deck, and I love when I hear tarot card readers say that because it's true. The King of Wands is definitely someone who's loyal, hardworking, dedicated. He knows he has all the resources of what it takes or what is required of him, and he takes this out diligently. Like he's gonna make sure you satisfied at the end of the day. Clarified by the Eight of Wands and the the Ten of Wands. So this is taking the King of Wands taking positive actions towards bringing this very difficult work burden to a completion. So it was like, hey, it was going to be hard, but I'm the man for the job. I'm definitely here committed to it. You know, committed to bringing this understanding to myself. I need this. I need this. And I definitely feel like it was something learned here. I keep saying that. But the King of Wands committed to it. And it brings about the Eight of Wands, this change. It was long time hard work getting there, but it does bring the Eight of Wands. I don't know, sometimes the Eight of Wands could be communication. So maybe there's some communication comes in that brings this completion in. And that could be definitely regarding, you know, someone saying, hey, that's not what I was doing. Okay? Or that's not, I understand why you made the decisions you made regarding the situation, but no, you know, that wasn't it. But either way, if it's not that, then it's you just taking action in a way that brings a positive turnaround here. It brings a completion to something that was a burden of work. But the burden of work was definitely, you got the Nine of Wands is where you're committed here. It's difficult work, but you're like, hey, I know it's definitely what I'm supposed to be doing here. Or this could definitely be a burden that you're like, listen, in these relationships here, this deceptive relationship here, I recognize what I am when I'm in commitments, what I am when I'm in partnerships, and I also recognize how people are treating me. And at the end of the day, this is a burden, and I'm about to do what's right to bring a completion, an ending to this burden. Could be that as well. Which brings us to the final card, the outcome, which is the Seven of Cups. All right, and the Seven of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords in the reverse, the Ten of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. And this clarification was driven by the Two of Wands, Judgment, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Eight of Swords reverse, King of Swords. So definitely for me, this was finally coming into a headspace where you can make clear decisions, okay, focused decisions, logical decisions, okay, regarding this Two of Wands, okay, looking out for new territory. You're like, I'm leaving the past behind. I'm making my decision to go because there was a wake-up call that brings a turn for the better to something that was basically regarding other people's idea of what direction you should go in, what decisions you should make, and I really feel like it was like wanting to start a new partnership, a new situation, maybe a new commitment somewhere else, and you were listening to other people's advice about that. With this Eight of Swords reversed, you're not doing that no more. The King of Swords is using logic, and with I have the Queen of Swords here too, wisdom of what is happening here. This is like a release that was needed, and once you do this release, it brings in this feeling of, it's like understanding what needed to be done brings in your true happiness. It brings in your truth. It brings in the understanding about family, about what you truly want in commitments, in partnerships, and what you truly want to move towards, okay? And it's really about you contemplating and making a decision about all the work that you've done here and how does it move you forward here towards your individual happiness, prosperity here. Okay, and I feel like that's what these decisions were about. And with this energy is definitely saying that you made the right decisions here that has placed you on your true path towards true happiness for self. Okay, and with this Pentacle energy, it's like this is like the energy, because this was the final card clarifying. I asked why was the Ten of Cups, and I said why was the Nine of Swords reversed and the Ten of Cups here, and it gave me this energy. You did everything that you were supposed to after assessing what you deserve in return, what you put in, and what you deserve in return. It's like the Nine of Pentacles. This is definitely prosperity, fulfillment, being able to take better care of yourself. This is also for me energetically, you, Aries, me and you stepping into the energy of the Empress. With the Nine of Pentacles, you can plant with her. You can grow with her. She's long-term commitment. Okay? Now, I pulled some Divine Oracle energy here. And the first card out, actually, no, that was the second round. The first card out was the Death card. Transformation in this deck. And you see those wings? Definitely having transformation here that brings about a renewal of energies, okay? And the second card that comes out with that is wisdom. So I feel like this is definitely transformation of that brings you in alignment with your higher self. You know, this is the Hierophant, okay? An understanding of self, understanding and commitment to self, and commitment to others, and also an understanding of others' commitments to themselves and to, you know, how they commit to others. So for me, those two energies together is high awareness about your relationships and about what decisions need to be made pertaining to your relationships that brings about a transformation for the better. Okay. The second card, I tried to pull just one more card, but two more came out, and we have patience and rest and rejuvenation. And I really do feel like that's the energy that, you know, we're in this transformative process, that we are within this transformative process. That's what's bringing about this transformative process, right? We all have to be quarantined anyway. But for the most part, something here new is growing within. This is like the Empress energy, growing something new here. Be patient, okay? And allow this situation to bring in a sense of renewal of energies. This is a renewal for you. So rest and rejuvenate because there's something new here growing. All right? Right, because transformation brings an ending, and with patience, something new is born. Okay? And there's a major release here, a major renewal of the mind energy as well, a cleansing of the mind, body, and soul. Beautiful. All right, Aries, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, hit that like button. I'll be back to touch on the energies again. I hope everyone, you know, stays well, stay in your highest vibrational frequencies here, and allow yourself to continue to grow and blossom into the beautiful beings that we are. Um, so, yeah, on that note, love you guys. Take care.